Ready for kickoff. 12:37 local time. Valeo versus FC Perafita from Portugal. Perafita sends it down the right side. They chip the center. Goes out of bounds. We'll set the lineups for you. Matthew's up top. Gabe and Josh are on the wings. Looks like Nielsen, Jonathan, and Alex are starting in midfield. We've got Kevin on left back. Julian, David, and Will are the back line, and Eddie is starting in goal. Perafita puts it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Valeo. Big crowd here. This is the last final of the last day. 12:30. It's a beautiful day. Gabe has it. Gabe, that was to Kevin. That's Jonathan. Sends it back to Nielsen. Nielsen to Julian. Julian back to David. David to the wing to Will, right in front of us. That's Alex, back to David. David to Julian. Julian out to the left to Kevin. Kevin to Julian. Julian sends it back to David. Eddie's tracking everything in goal. Alex up the middle, back to David. David to Julian. Back to David. This is the final match. David to Josh. Josh loses it on a deflection. Number 18 for Perafita gets into the box, gets cut off by Nielsen. Nielsen has it. They have token pressure for Perafita right now. It's off to Kevin. It's a beautiful field. Kevin has it to Nielsen. Nielsen goes up the left wing. That's Gabe on the side. Can he keep it in bounds? It goes out of bounds. Throw in for Perafita. But a boisterous crowd here today. Not the home squad. Perafita throws it down the right sideline, right in front of the ref, right in front of the center circle. They send it back to their center back. Out to the left side, and it's going to be played out of bounds into the crowd. David goes into the crowd to get the ball. Will, it's over there. Throw-in's going to be to Will, to David. David finds Julian. Julian to Kevin. It's 2 30-minute halves. It's not decided, it's going to go to penalties. David has it in the back. David up the middle of the field to Kevin. There's a player there to cut him off. Alex sends it back to Julian. Julian looks up. Julian to Nielsen. Nielsen had the second goal yesterday in the semifinals. It's past Josh. It's slowly rolling. The defender pokes it out of bounds. Should be a throw-in for Valeo. Will's going to take it. Will to Jonathan. No one's on him. Jonathan turns to his left. Jonathan to the middle of the field to Alex. To Matthew. Deflects off the defender back to Julian. Julian to Kevin. Kevin turns, finds Jonathan to Nielsen. Nielsen to the left wing to Gabe. Offside flag is up. He touches the ball. It's offside on Valeo. Free kick for Perafita in their own end. We're about 4 minutes in. Julian off his head. 2 Perafita players around it. That's Jonathan coming back trying to get the ball. It goes down the right. He comes down the right. They have 3 in the box. It gets deflected by Nielsen out of bounds. It's going to be a corner for Perafita. First corner of the game. Eddie's setting up his defense. He's got Kevin on the near post. Perafita on the corner. He's in the shade. He's the only one in the shade on the field. He kicks it short post. It gets headed off David's head, and it's out of the box. David on a nice play. They punch it in. It's right at the top of the box. He tried to bike. He was going to kick Julian in the head on that. They call it dangerous play, so it's a free kick for Valeo. Right at the box, right on the 18-yard box. Eddie's going to take it. Eddie off to David. David to Will on the right side. Will comes down the right, gets poked away by the Perafita player. Throw in for Valeo. Will throws it into David. David to Julian. Julian turns, sends it back to David. Just token pressure right now. Nielsen has it. 9's on Nielsen. Nielsen spins on the ball, spins again. Goes down the left wing to Gabe. Goalie's gonna come out. He's outside the box. Sends it low. Jonathan has it. I thought he was gonna shoot. He could have chipped the goalie. Josh in front. 4 plays it out for a corner. Goalie came out. Josh got to it first. Goalie prevented a shot. Played out of bounds. It's gonna be Matthew on the corner. Let's see, we got Jonathan on the far post right now. We got Will, Alex, Gabe at the top of the box. It's going to the back post to Josh off his head. It's in the box. Jonathan off his toe. They clear it. Nielsen has it in center. He tries to play it around the defender. He comes back. It's 2-on-2. Nielsen and Alex are chasing. Nielsen does enough to deflect the ball away. Nielsen to Alex in the middle of the field. 16 is on him. To Kevin on the left. Kevin to Alex in the center circle. One's behind him. Nielsen sends it out to the side. Can Kevin get to it? He doesn't. It goes out of bounds. I think he saw a player warming up on the side and went to the side. There's a player out of bounds. Perafita throws it in down the side. Julian off his head. Alex toes it away. Alex on the ball. Perafita turns. They have it at midfield. They try to chip the middle. 18 has it. 18 gets around Eddie. It's still in the air. Goes out of bounds. They're pointing a corner. No, they're pointing a goal kick. The head ref is pointing a goal kick. Goal kick for Valeo. They need the ball. Eddie needs the ball, though. It's 0-0. That was close. Perafita almost got on the board. Eddie on the goal kick. Someone with the megaphone is leading the chants for Perafita. It's very boisterous here. There's maybe several hundred people in the stands. Perafita at midfield. They cross midfield. They send it up the wing. Julian's shielding. Julian turns over the ball. He goes down. Who is that? That's Nielsen, clears it towards center. 16 has in the center circle. Matthew turns. Gets around 3. Gets tripped. They're playing advantage. It's Gabe on the ball down the left. Gabe tries to chip the middle. They call a handball on the defender. Wait. And there's a yellow card being given out. I believe it's a handball, intentional handball on the defender. It's going to be a free kick for Valeo right at the box. Matthew, who had a turf burn yesterday, is limping. You can see him. He went down twice yesterday. It's just outside the box, so we're about 20 yards out at most. Good opportunity for Valeo. Matthew on it. We've got Josh wide. We've got Will. We've got Jonathan. We've got Alex. Gabe is up top. They've got Perafita has 3 on the wall. Goalie's setting up the wall. And the referee steps to the side. We're going to have the free kick. Matthew in the box, right to him. It's Will. Takes the shot, hits the goalie on the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It's a corner for Valeo. Will had a golden opportunity there. It's still 0-0. Matthew on the corner. Alex is right in front of the goalie, trying to provide interference here. Josh on the far post is coming in. It's going to the back post. Oh, it goes over Josh. It's going to roll out of bounds. I think they're aiming for Josh on the back post. Ball was a good one. Just couldn't connect on it. Still 0-0. Goalie sets up for a goal kick. I haven't seen any subs yet in the game. There's still Matthew up top, Josh and Gabe on the wings. It's Nielsen, Alex, and Jonathan. Will gets it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Perafita. Right in front of us. We're at the center stripe. 2's going to throw it in for Perafita. Goes down the left side. They shield it. 18 goes out of bounds. Another throw-in for Perafita. 2's going to take it again. It looks like he's going to throw it in the box, but he doesn't. It's off the top of his hand. David kicks it. It's in the air. It's still in the edge of the box. 20 off his head. Julian tries to get it. 29 shoots. Gets blocked by Julian out of bounds. That's another good opportunity for Perafita. A corner for them. .12:48 local time. Everybody's in the box here. They go to the near post. It gets headed out by David. They shoot, and it goes just wide. Eddie did not touch it. David headed it out. They got a nice shot, low shot to the right. Eddie dove left, but it was wide. Still 0-0. Eddie on the goal kick. He chips it toward the center of the field. It gets headed out. Julian's going to guard with his body off his head. That's Kevin. Julian punches it over midfield. They get a head on it. 2 has it. Josh tries to play it out, but he doesn't. They go to the center. David off his foot to Nielsen. Nielsen looks up, sends the wing to Gabe. He's going to get to it. Gabe has some space. Gabe on the goalie. Gabe shoots! Just on the side, hit the side netting. It's deflected by the goalie. It's going to be a corner for Valeo. That was a wonderful shot by Gabe. Goalie just got a finger on it. Matthew on the corner. The crowd's really getting into it here. This is great. It's a beautiful day. Matthew on the corner. Matthew, he tries to go for it. Goalie catches it. He tried to hook it in. Goalie boots it well over midfield. Julian is back off his head. Will's going to get to it. He's the only one on this side of the field. Will turns. Will to Alex. Alex back to Will. Will looks, finds David. David on his right foot to Julian. Julian turns up the field. He finds Kevin. Kevin to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Julian. Token pressure by Perafita. 0-0. David has it. David turns, sends it to Julian. Julian to his left to Kevin. Kevin sends it down the wing. Matthew off his head. Perafita plays it. Gabe, it's going out of bounds. He's shielding, and it's a throw-in for Valeo. That's Kevin quickly to Nielsen. Nielsen turns on it. Nielsen, 2 players on him. They call a foul on Perafita. They're on a card. One of the players on a card already. 12. That's Alex has it. Alex chips Gabe. He's in. Gabe, can he chip it? He can't. Gabe back to Matthew. Matthew chips over the top. We've seen Matthew make that goal many times. The goalie had come out. He tried to chip the goalie. It was a good opportunity. He sailed it a little bit high. 12:51 local time, 0-0 here. It's a goal kick for Perafita. It's a low ball. Gabe is going to get to it on his feet. He loses it though. 21, I believe. Sends it in. He gets it up to 18. David's on him. He's trying to get around him. He does get around him. It gets blocked by Kevin coming back. Goes out of bounds. Another corner for Perafita. Third of the game. Perafita has 2 players up back. The person taking the corner, there's a player in front, number 9. David has him. 20 is on the short side. They have 3 is right at the top of the 6. They go toward the 6. Eddie tips it with his hand. It gets played away by Josh. 20 tried to shoot, but he missed the ball. It's high in the air in the box. 18 is going to shield it for Perafita. Alex is on him. Will is on him. He goes to his left. 18, Will pokes it away. It's going to be a throw-in for Perafita. The throw-in specialist number 2 is coming over. They have 2 short box, 2 long box here. 12 shoots it. It goes right through. Julian did not touch it. They had a man on the back post, but he didn't get to the ball. Eddie on the goal kick. They've had chances in this game. Still 0-0. Eddie's directing traffic. Eddie. We'll see if there are any changes when we look up. Eddie over midfield. Perafita player off his head. 9 over his head. David heads it back to Eddie. Eddie's looking for an outlet. He sends it to Julian. Number 9 is on him. Julian, he gets cut off by number 20. 20 steps over the ball. Nielsen's on him. Goes to the side. Kevin's on that side. They chip the box. It's kind of a weak chip. David off his head. Doesn't get to Alex. 16 shoots. Gets blocked by Jonathan. Ball is slowly rolling to the left side. 2 has it. Cuts it to the middle. Nielsen has it. Nielsen, 2 touches. Nielsen chips it ahead. It's Jonathan and Alex. It gets towed away by the defender, number 4, out of bounds. There have been no subs yet in the game. Looks like Will's going to take the throw for Valeo. Will looks around. Will finds Jonathan. Jonathan to Will. Token pressure at the moment. Jonathan has it. One guy's on his back. Jonathan toward the center. Jonathan makes a move to his left. To Matthew. To Jonathan. Gets cut off by the defense. 3. A short, soft pass to the middle. 9 tries to send it ahead. It's David. Clears it with his left foot to the side. And it goes out of bounds. The player is down. It was a good play by David. Left-footed tackle. He's down in the box. Okay, he gets up. Perafita throws it in. Over Julian, over Kevin. They shield it. It goes out of bounds. Goal kick for Valeo. It's 12:55 local time. 30-minute halves. There's also subs on the fly in these games. Gabe is getting some water on the sideline. Josh is coming out, and Dennis is coming in for him. Eddie boots it to midfield. It's just over midfield, off the Perafita head. And Alex on his feet. Jonathan has it. Jonathan to Alex. Alex goes to the other side to Gabe. Goalie comes out. He had Dennis on the right. He chose to go to the left. It's going to bounce. David off his head. David down to 5 takes it for Perafita. Sends it back to the circle to 16. He goes to his right. They send ahead to 45. Gets cut off by Nielsen. And it goes out of bounds off Nielsen. Throw in for Perafita. Pretty deep in Valeo end of the field. Players in the shade. A lot of movement. He throws it toward the box, headed away by Kevin. It's taken away by Nielsen. Back to Perafita. Nielsen steals it. Hits it off the Perafita player out of bounds. Throwing for Valeo. It's going to be Kevin on the throw. So the only change so far is Dennis is coming for Josh on the right side. That's Alex with the ball. Alex, he stutter steps, sends it back to Gabe. Gabe chips it ahead. It got deflected. Stolen by Perafita. In the center circle. They go to the left side. It's going to roll. He saves it in bounds. It goes out of bounds. Will's going to throw in. Will to Dennis. Dennis just leaves the ball to Will. To Jonathan. Jonathan to Julian. Julian to his left. There's token pressure to Kevin. Kevin down the left wing. It's Matthew this time. Matthew gets around the defender. They call a foul. They call a hold on Matthew, holding the arm of the defender. It's going to be a free kick for Perafita. There's a player on this end, 5, who's like hiding out of bounds. Oh, I think he subbed off. He did sub off. 19 came in for him. They chip toward the box. Julian off his head. To Gabe. Gabe to himself. Gabe off his head. They're calling a high foot on the Perafita player. Dangerous play. Dennis is on our side. Alex has it. Alex surveys the field. Alex back to Julian. Julian to David. They're taking their time. It's 0-0. David to Alex right at the midfield stripe. Alex to Will. Will to Alex. Alex turns. He steps over it. Alex off the player out of bounds. It's a throw in for Valeo. Alex back to David. David turns. Finds Julian. Julian to his left. There's Kevin. Kevin turns, steps around it, on the ground, gets taken away by 20. Let's see if we can get players back here. Kevin takes down the player. They call a foul. Players got to get back here. It's 12:59 local time. It's still 0-0. Free kick Perafita just on Valeo's side of midfield. 16 is going to take it. He's moving it up about 5 yards. Let's see what he does with it. It's just over midfield. Once again, it's nice and sunny, but it's not hot, not humid. Left foot in, off the head, off David. It gets cleared by Kevin. Matthew has it. He's got Gabe to his left. He gets around the defender. Sends Gabe. He gets through. Here comes Gabe. It gets played away by 21. Matthew's pursuing the ball. 20 clears it to the sideline. Beautiful play to save it. 5, that's Julian. Sends it to Eddie. Eddie mishits it. David's going to get to it before it rolls out. David to Will. That was close. Eddie mishit the ball. Almost went into the goal. Nielsen has it. Nielsen to Kevin. Kevin turns. Kevin in the air. Over Dennis, out of bounds. It's a throw-in for Perafita. He throws it. Will off his head. It goes out of bounds. Right at midfield. That's been the only sub is the mascot's on the field, crossing the goal. He's right at Eddie's goal mouth. He just went past. 9 has it for Perafita. Goes down the left, dribbles it out of bounds. Will's going to throw it in. Will to David. David to Julian. Julian to Kevin. We need some spark in this game. To Julian. There have been few chances in this game. Pretty conservative. Will has it. Will to Dennis. Dennis to Nielsen. Nielsen turns. Nielsen gets around the defender. Nielsen sends Jonathan, gets cut off. It would have been 2-on-1 if they got to it. Dennis off his leg. It's a throw in for Perafita. 2's gonna throw it in. 2 down the sideline. Will steps in front, hits his hand, goes out of, they call a handball there. Unintentional handball. 16's gonna take it for Perafita. Mascot's making his rounds around the stadium. They're about probably 40 yards out. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does with it. He goes to the far side. Julian off. I think it was Julian off his feet. Jonathan. They sweep it in the box. Dennis clears it with his left foot. 16 has it. 16 shoots. It's going to be wide to the right. Here's a mascot coming our direction now. He's doing a kind of a dance, kind of a wobble here. He looks like he's drunk, actually. All right, Eddie on the goal kick. He zoomed the action. Eddie in the air toward midfield. Off the Perafita head to number 9. Julian takes it away. Julian to Kevin. Kevin down the side. Matthews on that side. Brings it down with his leg. Matthews sends it back in. Tries to find Gabe. Doesn't get there. Crosses midfield. Jonathan to Kevin to Julian to David. To Will to David. David to Dennis. Dennis to Alex in the center circle. Alex down the middle to Jonathan. Off his toe, gets poked away. Dennis, he tries to go to the left. It goes to the goalie. Goalie boots it in the air, over midfield, past Will. Perafita player has it. He backheels it, 45 to the corner. Dennis is on him, he's in the box. He gets around, David pokes it away. Dennis comes away with it. Dennis on the right side. Looks like he's gonna hook out of bounds. It does hook out of bounds. It's 0-0. Number 2 throws it in for Perafita. It goes back to 2. Alex off his leg. 4. Alex takes it. It's 2-on-2. Alex and Matthew. Alex comes in. Alex to Matthew. It's behind him though. They clear it. Dennis is gonna get to it. Dennis tries to get to Nielsen. The wind is blowing from right to left now. It's hooking the ball a little bit behind us. They chip in the box. Julian's on it. Julian off his head. Didn't get to Kevin. Gabe has it. Gets to the center. Alex has it. Alex gets it stolen. Will comes up on his feet. Will back to David. David on the ground to Alex. He turns. Alex steps back. Alex on the ground to Kevin. Kevin to David. David to Alex. Alex turns to Nielsen, a little far. It gets ahead. They chip out. It's Kevin's side. Kevin off his head to Julian. Julian shields with his body. There was a handball there. Nothing was called. Julian to Gabe. Gabe back to Julian. Perafita steals it in midfield. Matthews on it. They go across the center circle. Nielsen steals it. The player swung his leg. It was a dangerous play by 18. He wasn't trying to kick Nielsen, but it was dangerous. It's a foul on Perafita. Right on the Perafita side, the Valeo side of midfield. It's Nielsen to Kevin. Kevin looks up. He puts it out of bounds. Something's going on here. Why did he put it out of bounds? I'm not sure what happened. Kevin just put it out of bounds. It's throwing for Perafita. They go off their head. 18 has it. He's in the box. Will is going to get to it maybe. 45's after it. And it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Perafita. Number 2 is going to take it. Okay. He throws it toward the box, off their head. Nielsen off his head. It gets off Dennis's head, back to 4. 2 has it for Perafita, down the left. He sends 45 down the left side. David's on him. David is chasing him, trying to keep away from his right foot. 2 has it. Will plays it away. Will pass the defender, and they call a foul. And it's halftime. Score is 0-0.